'68 from high school, you know. So
Yeah.
I didn't graduate from an associate's degree till about the '80s, and I got my bachelor's, I think, in the '80s. I was looking at it grad school and law school. Just laughed at that. Went back to teaching. I was like, no, don't see me as a teacher. Maybe, but not. It was interesting. I went to school. I got to play in the concert band.
You got to drain the government's money.
Well, I could have done it longer, but classes were getting harder and harder. The mineralogy was a pretty tough class with a PhD.
Well, you didn't have to take the tough classes.
I had to. Yeah, that was a required class, mineralogy.
Yeah, but I mean, you could have changed in doing something else.
Oh well, yeah.
It's an easier class for draining government's money.
But I could have gotten a master's. It wouldn't have been worth anything either, you know. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I had 10 years to use it, you know. I don't know. You had to go with what you could get at Minot State. So I managed to get through calculus, and I needed one more chemistry and biology to have concentrations in chemistry and biology, and 3 physics classes that I needed to have for concentration in physics. And then I would have to finish mineralogy, petrology, geomorphology, historical geology, or paleontology. And then I would have had that wrapped up. I think the big thing I would have had to take them was some education class, and I could have been a teacher. But I'm like...
In a field that there probably wasn't any teachers available for.
Well, now they're crying for her science teachers. They'd rather have somebody like Amy, who's got a master's in physical science. She can do more. She'd be a much better teacher, I'm sure. But I wouldn't have the patience for it. And to go to be a geologist, then you need a degree in geology and in chemistry and in probably physics or biology, depending when you're going to be a geochemist or a geophysicist. Yeah, that's a lot of upper level math. And then what do? You write big mother reports. I don't like writing reports.
No. You got to work for an oil company.
Then you can make, but still you'll be writing reports. But basically, if you got a good sniffer and you can smell oil, you're good.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes. They said, if you're good at finding oil, doesn't matter what you got. And I thought about it, but then I would be gone all the time. I'd be right back. It's like when they wanted to make me a trucker. Where would I be? Gone. Okay, that's not what my wife and I signed on for. No. So it's a lot of trade-off. Electronics is so complicated now.
Oh, yeah.
Computers, too, are getting more.
Oh, yeah.
More and more.
Every year.
Yes.
Well, especially with this AI junk.
Oh, this is before AI.
Yeah.
Computers change too fast.
Yeah.
If they just would have left the stuff in the same position where I could actually go in and fix something.
Yeah, well, there you go.
It would have been a whole lot easier. It makes you feel like you don't know anything, you know.
To try to keep up with it as much as I can.
Yeah.
Some of this is passing me by, too, and I'm like going... And I'm trying to keep in the know of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, then you see something completely another stupid, you just shake your head like, the heck are they doing?
Yeah.
Of course, then you watch the other tech idiots on YouTube, and they're scratching their heads too. I'm like, what the heck are they doing? You don't do this. The really mind-boggling ones is the Microsoft engineers that look at what Microsoft's doing now and just shake their head like, what the heck are you doing?
Yeah, it's going weird. Things aren't getting better, but they do have cars now. Lots of cars.
Not that you could afford them.
Nobody can afford them. That's a good point. There for a while you couldn't get anything.
Yeah, now you can get them. You just can't pay for them.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And the banks ain't lending you the loan.
And they haven't finished this.
Well, that's probably because they ran out of money.
Oh, you can see they got some concrete in there now, but
probably ran out of money. They got to wait for the fair, you know.
Oh, sure.
before they started it all up again.
Yeah, it looks like they might have poured some concrete in it, so maybe that'll be coming out of there.
They might have.
Looks like new concrete there too. Did you see the big broken windows? See where that plywood is? The big heavy windows? They were sabotaged or fell out.
Probably sabotaged.
Of course, when they cut off the funding.
Yeah, well, when the company went belly up.
Yeah. So now
didn't help anything.
They're probably in worse shape than it was before.
Oh, yeah.
Incomplete. Nobody's going to fix it.
Nobody's got the money.
Why would you want to jump into that much debt as a company?
Because at the time they weren't in the debt.
Yeah, but I mean, it's an awful lot of...
They're kind of like the U.S. government, I think, philosophy. Gotta spend money to spend money. And never have to repay it.
Yeah.
They were just talking about that this morning. It's like, how much trillions of dollars are we in public trillions in debt? Like $36 trillion in debt. That's a public debt. And so when you actually look at the real debt, though, and you kind of have to go through all the little pages on the government's website. They said there's an actual page in the Treasury Department that actually on their website that actually shows the real debt that we actually owe.
300 trillion.
Think again.
Quadrillion.
About $847.25 trillion.
We ain't got it.
Well, you know, the average American would have to spend to pay that off in a year. Each American, man, woman, child, would have to literally. Now, this is what the one figure the one guy put out. Like that might calculate down differently, but roughly the 318 million Americans, each person would have to spend per year, for 1 year, would have to send into the government $18.7 billion.
Don't have it.
We don't have that.
Yeah.
Just so we break even by the end of the year.
Yeah, it's nuts.
In the real debt. And none of these presidents, none of the candidates or anything, have ever they went back to all the presidents and they says, when's the last one that didn't run the deficit up?
Clinton.
No.
He sold off the debt.
No, yeah, but still he was adding stuff. Carter.
Oh yeah.
Was the only president.
It was tough then too.
That didn't run up the debt.
But tough.
Only president.
But things were tough.
Yes.
In that era, boy.
They said every president that was before him, back to at least Roosevelt.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then up to past Carter has raised the debt, and each president after them rose it higher than they did.
Yeah.
So Bush ran it up a lot for the war. Then Obama ran it up.
Well, we were in better shape before before the desert wars.
Yes.
Once we had to get it nose.
And then Trump came in, ran it up more, and then Biden came in, ran it up even more.
A bunch more.
Past the other guy had done it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's amazing.
Yes. Well, here we are having fun. things. Orange.
Oh, I have your high visibility jacket on while you're moving around.
His yard on the diagonals to make it look pretty.
Yeah. But he's missing the safety helmet, the nice yellow safety helmet. If you got a high visibility vest on and a helmet,
he's in his yard.
No, I know. Somebody could come along and smack him. If he was wearing a safety helmet, he'd be fine.
Okay.
Or if you put a street cone on top of his head, he'd look like the president.
Yeah.
Do you?
He looks pretty stiff, all right. Some problems.
Dementia would be one of them.
I would think it's very likely. Puppet Master's not giving him enough peanuts or something, I don't know.
No. It'd be one thing if he could articulate a good sentence, then I can understand him having trouble walking. Because FDR couldn't walk.
Yeah, he was in a wheelchair for Polish.
Yeah. They wouldn't admit that to anybody, but it was. But he could at least carry on a conversation with his disability.
With help, and a guy next to him, he could walk as good as Biden could. The braces on his legs and stuff, he could almost walk.
Mm-hmm. Well, in his wheelchair, at least he could articulate and negotiated a lot of shit.
Yes.
Biden can't negotiate nothing.
Well, he had good people too, though. He got good generals.
In the Biden administration, you have job security because he ain't ever going to fire you.
Well, as long as you're woker, that's you're good.
Probably because they say if they fire you, we'll say we'll tell the American public what's really going on.
Yeah.
Who's really pulling the strings?
It's Obama. It could be,
probably Obama.
Could be deeper than that.
Could be his wife.
His wife wants to be queen. That's the whole thing, I think. She doesn't want to look at all the honkers, baby honkers. Baby honkers are getting big. That's the first bunch we've seen.
Oh, yeah.
A whole bunch of honkers. Yeah. Over here.
I haven't drove through Oak Park in a while.
5th and 6th Street. Okay.
No, I haven't drove through Oak Park in a while.
Nope.
How much do that today?
Right now?
Well, not now, but later. Mom wants to come out, I'm sure. Maybe Jen wants to come out. I don't know.
Maybe.
And what Jen's doing today?
Don't know what Jen's doing today.
I do.
Hope she's got a better attitude.
Yeah.
Not that all the changes she went through isn't hard. It is. But
yeah. I think she got mad at me the other day when I started telling her this. And this is all the stuff that I've had happen this year. Do you want to have any of those? No.
my palsy really was.
Well, it's still affecting me.
Yes.
Yeah, it's getting better, but it's still affecting me.
Fortunately, it's getting better. What a butt kicker that was.
I mean, I never even heard about it before.
Well, I know
it had happened.
Ken had it.
Then I was really surprised that a lot of people have had it, and I'm like, why is it not known about?
Yeah, well.
I mean, the only one I've ever heard of palsy is cerebral palsy. I mean, that's not what I had. I did not have that.
Well, I know Ken had it his whole one side of his face, but his eye was just
Well,
running.
thank God I didn't have that.
But he could talk.
Oh, I can talk. It's just
But the whole left side of his face, and water was running out of his eye like this, almost like a waterfall. You know, for months.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it can take a while for the nerve to heal.
Oh yeah.
They said if you really want your nerves... Now I've heard other things about this too. I've heard about 4 different things about this thing. It's a viral thing.
Okay.
But then, when the antiviral's done something. Then I was told it's an inflammation thing.
Okay.
But then it's like a pinched nerve thing. Well, if that's a pinched nerve thing, then to really help your nerves actually heal, you should go on like a carnivore diet where you just eat meat. Because that can affect, because anything that has sugar in it or anything with carbs and stuff in it, that can affect how long it takes the nerves to heal.
Okay.
I was like, I'm the only finding out this crap out now.
Now. Well, you could eat meat, steak and eggs or something if you can afford it.
Oh no, not eggs. Just you have to have meat only. Carnivore diet. Only meat. If you eat meat, nothing but meat, guess what? You turn into a complete vegetable.
Yeah, right. You need a balance. I learned a long time
I just start having steak every day.
You gotta keep the fiber up or you're gonna end up in the hospital. Been there, done that.
Well, speaking of fiber, I have something to show you when you get home.
Boy.
Speaking of fiber.
You kick loose, huh?
Yeah. Oh, no, not that. Oatmeal, baby. There's where you get your
I
fiber.
don't really care for it that much.
Golly, there's nobody here.
It's a Saturday.
Yeah. Wouldn't there always be somebody at the school? Always?
I suppose they're stripping
like
the floors and fixing stuff. And
they're all on the other side, really.
Redoing the pool or whatever they're doing.
Yeah, whatever they do during summer. Well, summer school should be over with probably by now. Unless they do July stuff. The only time I ever knew that they did anything in July was
trips.
That, but I mean, driver's ed was the only thing I knew they did in July out there. Usually they try to do a lot of summer school stuff in June, so the teachers would have July to go do something. And then come back in August.
Go back and take classes towards your master's.
No, they go on vacation.
And they go on vacation, but sometimes they go back to school to get a master's.
Usually they.
So they can make more money.
Maybe, but.
Some do. Maybe they go on some field trips or something.
Yeah.
Like I said, they want to get a master's or something.
Maybe.
Or maybe they want another concentration they can teach at or something.
Possibly,
I don't know.
Most of the time, though, they're on vacation with their families or whatever.
Well, yeah, if you can have a couple months off.
They only get like 3 months off if they're not doing summer school.
June, July, and
part of August. Actually, got it back in by the 1st or 2nd of August.
well, you got to start planning ahead too. What you got to do. There goes the Durango. When was the last year of that model? Was that 2006? 08?
08 was the last of the year group that we had. 04 to 08. Well, no, it was 04 to 06, and then it was 06 to 08.
And then they changed it totally after that.
So your group for yours was the
second version.
04 to 06 was your group, and you had no 05. They changed slightly. They changed a few little minor things between the 07 to 09 group or 07 to 08 group. Very minor. Almost can't tell. And then they came back in 2000. I think it's 2010. Came back 2011, I think. Or or 2012, and they totally redesigned. Something like that. You'd have to look it up exactly on Wikipedia, but yeah, it is what it is.
This car's over here.
Okay. I think I'm doing cheesy bread instead of pizza.
That's what you want. Try that.
Might have some taste to it. Might have some taste to it. I don't know. Different thoughts, different things.
Well,
we're almost out of gas.
Yeah, I know. Our two vehicles are very low. Durango's about the same position. And when I figured it might cost me $1,500 to have the burping done, I canceled that. Just let it burp. Because on the trip it was pretty good.
No. Fireworks show they're gonna have. I don't know if that's tonight or tomorrow or
July 1st, isn't it?
Might be. Well, remember fireworks says they're early, and then of course the actual fireworks show.
Yeah, I don't know exactly when that's gonna be. Soon.
Well,
I would assume the 4th of July.
4th is a Thursday, so it's gonna be 10:30 or something. So.
Yeah, well.
Shit, if we could get the same spot we were at last year, that was a great spot.
Where were we at last year?
We were up by the up on North Hill, or up by the fairgrounds, but we're kind of on that kind of where the RVs parked, sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
Only a little bit north of that on the main road. Yeah, actually, where the RV parks would be perfect. Actually, someone mentioned that stuff. Someone mentioned that stuff is blocked off though.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm in that area.
Yeah.
I don't know how to record that. I might record it. I don't know. My fancy dancy camera here to record it.
Yeah, all of our vehicles are around a quarter tank or less. A lot of surprises this month. Different expenses and stuff.
Yeah. Bunch of different thoughts.
Oh yeah.